Our team believes that we should keep animals in zoos. We should keep animals in zoos because zookeepers give their animals what they need and more through enrichment. Another reason why we should keep animals in zoos is that zoos can save multiple species of animals.
How would you like to be kept in a zoo? I know it seems tempting to put animals in zoos because it's easier to manage them. You don't have to face the hard question, how do you make forests, the rivers, and the ocean safe for them? Also, you can have people pay admission bills. My point is, there are many reasons why we should have animals in zoos. But let's just face it, everything that I just said was for a human's benefit. Zoos are bad for animals, bottom line. Our team thinks that we should not keep animals in zoos because animals in captivity don't have the same freedoms that they have in the wild. Also, because many animals in zoos are mistreated, and that's not good for the animals.
At one time, zoos might not have handled animals well. Nowadays, animals in zoos are treated just fine. In fact, better than fine. In zoos, zookeepers give their animals food, water, and enrichment through interesting objects to explore, other animals to communicate with, and training. Enrichment is helpful because it gives animals something to think about. It encourages exercise and helps keep life interesting and challenging. Besides it being a good environment for animals, one reason that animals should be in zoos is that zoos provide enjoyment and education for humans. According to Shayna Orens, a writer and researcher in an article, Should We Have Zoos? Zoos encourage conservation through education. Many zoos have programs to teach the public. For example, the San Diego Zoo offers tours, camps, classes, and sleepovers. According to the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, teaching the public about animals is important because when visitors connect to nature, they think about problems and see a really good way. So in other words, zoos help humans learn about and respect animals.
The animals in zoos might have what they need, but they don't have what they need to get this. Animals in zoos might have what they need, but they don't have the space they need to get the physical exercise they have to get in the wild to survive. Tigers and lions have around 18,000 times less space than they would in the wild. Polar bears have 1 million times less space. Animals in captivity don't have the same freedom they have in the wild. African elephants in the wild live more than 3 times as long as those kept in zoos. German Zoo, which was prosecuted for breaching animal welfare laws after it killed 3 tiger cubs.
Maybe animals in captivity don't have as much room compared to what they do if they were in the wild, but they do have everything they need and more to keep them safe and healthy. They also have equipment to play on so that they don't get bored. Pack animals live with other pack animals in the same species. For example, in the Bronx Zoo, gorillas live in an environment with other gorillas. One reason that we should keep animals in zoos is that zoos can save multiple species of animals. Zoos in the U.S. are breeding Canadian golden frogs. These frogs have been extinct in the wild, and the zoos that are breeding them are going to bring them back to their natural habitat. A caretaker at the Bronx Zoo told me that they were breeding trumpeter swans. Trumpeter swans are a very rare breed of bird that only live in the wild in North America. According to a conservation society, zoos have already saved 10 endangered species.
Watching the news, or perhaps some documentaries that talk about how badly animals are treated in confinement. I'm here to tell you that zoos serve an important purpose beyond frivolous entertainment and are vital to the future of the animal world. I'd like you to rethink your judgments about zoos that you had when you walked through the door today. Zoos exist for a very important reason: to help ensure that endangered species don't become extinct. And here's how we do that. 1, we care for and breed animals that have been wiped out in the wild or reduced to very small numbers. 2, we store genetic material, such as sperm and eggs, that can be used in the future to produce offspring. So, today's zoos are like the Ark, a reservoir of valuable genetically valuable animals. We care for animals whose habitats are in danger and who don't stand a chance without us. We keep them until they can be reintegrated back into the wild once their habitats are stabilized. Zoos are the insurance in case something goes wrong in the wild.
We also have a video.
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day.
See the elephants blowing water. Truth about zoos. Wild animals are used to roaming free and being able to wander wherever they want for miles. They climb all sorts of trees, hunt different types of prey, swim in both oceans and rivers, and more. That freedom gets taken away from them while they are in an enclosure in the zoo. Zoos try to recreate the animal's natural habitat, but nothing can come close to what it actually is in the wild. Most of the time, the animals are kept in enclosures made of concrete, with paintings all around resembling their natural habitat. Sure, it looks nice, but the animals think otherwise. They're not dumb. They know that it's just a wall and not an actual tree or horizon. Being locked in a building simply isn't natural. There aren't concrete buildings and structures in the middle of the wild. Animals are also kept isolated in bland rooms behind bars when it's winter and they can't be outside. This causes them great stress, irritability, and they can even become aggressive. To put it simply, the living conditions of animals in zoos are not natural. More often than not, the cages the animals are kept in are way too small. Animals in zoos also tend to suffer from zoochosis. Zoochosis is a term which is used to refer to a range of psychological problems associated with animals kept in prolonged captivity. This is brought on and causes stress, boredom, and unnatural behaviors. The animals have the same scene every day of their monotonous lives. They usually don't have enough stimulation and get bored easily. Do you ever see a tiger pacing back and forth up against the cage it's being kept in? The tiger isn't being friendly or trying to entertain the public. It's showing signs of distress.
My friend Sarah here is saying that animals should be in zoos if it's nice for them. That's like having a police officer walk up to you and say, "Hi, we're gonna put you in jail, but don't worry, we'll give you an iPad." Sarah is also saying that zoos can save multiple species of animals, and that's good. But most animals are not there because they need saving. Most animals are there for the audiences of the world to gawk at them. Animals in zoos are treated badly for all sorts of reasons. Like the lion cubs at the longest safari park, who were killed after the zoo let inbreeding get out of control. And the Copenhagen Zoo killed a young, healthy giraffe called Marius. Thousands of healthy animals are killed alone in European zoos each year. Deliberately. Because they have more animals than they can take care of. So why put animals in zoos in the first place? Why not leave them in the wild so where you don't have to take care of them?
What a couple of zoos are wrong doesn't mean all zoos are bad. Some zoos, like the San Diego Zoo and the Bronx, invest a lot of money into training their employees to treat animals well. As Sarah and I have shown today, animals should be kept in zoos because zoos provide a safe and enriching environment for animals, protect species from extinction, and allows humans to learn and appreciate animals more.
3 times as long as those kept in zoos. Tigers and lions live around 18 times less space in zoos than they would in the wild. Polar bears have 1 million times less space. German zoo, which was prosecuted for breaching animal welfare, killed 3 tiger cubs because they were not pure-blooded. In conclusion, we should not have zoos because in captivity don't have the same freedom that they have in the wild. Animals in zoos are treated bad.